could be anywhere doing a lot of different things, but you chose to be here.
Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. In a world filled with endless opportunities, why would two men who have built 13 multi-million-dollar businesses altruistically invest 5 hours per day to teach you the best practice business systems and moves that you can use? Because they believe in you, and they have a lot of time on their hands. They started from the bottom, now they're here. It's the Thrivetime show starring the former U.S. Small Business Administration's Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark, and the entrepreneur trapped inside an optometrist's body, Dr. Robert Zillner. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Mr. Clyde started from the bottom, and now we're at the top, teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. The C's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of 5, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the CNC up on your radio, and now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Her website is, what's your website there, Leah?
918designcompany.com.
And how long have we had the pleasure of working with you?
Just over 5 years.
5 years. And have you grown a little bit? Have you grown?
We were 300,000 when I called you, and we'll do over 2 million this year.
How do you create a culture of consistency? How do you make sure that the products that go out the door are good? Because you do. How do you do it?
We have processes in place that my business coach here has definitely helped me build over the years. And then we have to have meetings reminding people if they put garbage in a box, they'll have to find a new job. It's just kind of staying on top of it all the time and tweaking the processes.
Hopefully we're getting this idea. You're going to have to daily look at your numbers. Daily. When you talk to a client about daily, where do the wheels come off the wagon on that? For the people that really embrace it or the ones who fall off the wagon? What happens there?
I mean, they have to have it on their calendar. They do have to have it scheduled. It has to be on their calendar. The question started out is like, how do you install that culture of consistency? And the culture of consistency starts with your complete lack of freedom and ends in complete freedom. Like,
repeat that again.
The culture of consistency starts with your complete lack of freedom and ends in complete freedom. Okay, so Clay said it starts with you. Okay. I know December 16th, 2016 is an important day for me. That was the last day I took an unscheduled day off of work. December 16th, 2016. So it'll be 10 years this year before the last time I took an unscheduled day off of work. Now, what does that mean in the real world? It's like, what does that mean in the real world? Is every morning we do our huddle. Every morning we do that huddle. And that's an opportunity to check in on tasks. It's also an opportunity to eliminate all the gotcha moments. And going back to that managerial question, how do you train the managers of the business? It's, every morning people come to me with questions. Everyone in that room has heard me ask that question. And then I take it up a notch even further. Then I start to challenge them. It's like, well, what would you do in that situation? And I challenge them, why don't you come back tomorrow to the morning huddle with a solution to that question? And you talk about having the weekly meetings. We have the weekly meetings. So if I'm not there, someone's going to run that huddle every single morning. We're going to have our manager meetings. And I'm doing this, with 4 different offices in 3 different countries, okay? And, what does that mean where it starts with my complete lack of freedom? Yeah, I haven't taken an unscheduled day off, but I can take a scheduled day off. And I'm looking at my phone here right now. The only one who's messaged me today is my wife and my mother. No one else has sent me a message or a phone call.
But it used to not be that way.
That's right.
Now, continuing on, how do you create a culture of consistency? If you look, it's the diligent doer. These are the character traits. You got to follow up. And I want to get your thoughts on this. Leah, again, 918 Design is the company, 918 Design. Do you ship to every state or just Oklahoma, or where do you sell product?
Everywhere. everywhere. We've even started shipping internationally for Andrew.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so you know what you're doing. She's doing it well, but you got to follow up with your team. Why do you have to follow up? You can't just email the action item. You have to follow up.
Because it just tails off almost immediately. I mean, like day 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're not doing it anymore.
To build an organization, you have to be organized. And so you can't be looking around for your passwords all the time. You can't be always unaware of where documents are. You got to be able to find things and retrieve them quickly. So as an example, we have one guest who's flying in who will be here from out of town. And it's important that we know, okay, what time are they going to be here, because that impacts their speaking time. We have another guest that will be here, and they're staying at this particular hotel. And why do we have to know that? Because if they need help getting from A to B, that may be something we have to deal with. We have to know the catering will be delivered at this specific time. And why do we have to keep all that on one document? So we can find things quickly. So the event's not just total chaos. There's a lot of moving parts there. Now, on the right side, these are what I call happy hopers. And this is where we all start by default, happy hopers. So the happy hoper on the right, it's where you're not committed to your why. Who here's been to a Reawaken event before? And I just say this, the Reawaken for me, I think I was going in that path with you. You know what I mean? We're all learning things. How many of you learned some stuff through the different presenters and doctors and politicians? We're all learning things. So but for me, I knew my why, and I'm not saying this was what I should have done. I'm just saying what I did. I was myopically focused on baptisms. So those of you who went to those events, there was always baptisms, and people were like, why are you doing baptism? Because that was my why. That was why I did it. I'm not a big fan of either political party, as evident, but I am very much like, I just want to lead people into a life-changing relationship with Christ, but I'm not a pastor, so whatever that means. I'm a struggling evangelist, and so for a window of time, I'll do that. And over time, we got approached by a guy who will be there tomorrow, by the way. I won't mention his name, but he's a very, very wealthy man. And he said, I will pay you $1 million per event if we could bring up people that have both sides of the vaccine narrative. So that way people can hear from people that are pro-mRNA and people who are anti-mRNA. $1 million per event. And I said, well, that is, no. And he said, why not? I said, because I feel like there's enough airtime. I mean, if you watch Fox News, it's like, Sean Hannity, presented to you by Pfizer. I mean, Fox News, presented to you by, what's the other brand? Johnson & Johnson. Pfizer. Have you seen Fox News recently? Fox News, presented to you, Moderna all over the place. AstraZeneca and Moderna. And I'm like, I think they have enough airtime. I think we're good here. But if I didn't know my why, it would have been easy to say yes to the thing. Does that make sense? So, what's that? Well, well, I'll say this. I'll be very vague about who this person is. I don't want to get sued. I can't tell you. I can't say like. I can't necessarily keep people from buying tickets. I can tell them things, and we do things, and security, I can kick them out. But with this person also comes prostitutes. You'll find all that stuff out later. But I'm just saying is that's all like, hey, we're bringing our money and we want to corrupt you people. And I'm always like, ree. But what I'm saying is I know my why. So I'm not shaken by events that happen. You get this idea? So you want to leave here with 100% clarity about your why. You want to know your why, okay? Your why. What is your why? The next is happy hopers tend to focus on creating infinite numbers of new ideas and completing none of them. You know what I'm talking about? We should do this. We could do this. I should try this. We could do this too. But nothing ever gets executed. It's an idea of the week. Riyadh, you feel what I'm saying? That's like a new idea of the week. This is a big problem. It's chasing shiny new things. Troy, your team doesn't do that anymore, but when I first met you, you had a bunch of people chasing new ideas, and I want to get Leah's thoughts on this. Why is that the default in companies and cultures, people chasing new ideas?
Well, creative people like to come up with that stuff like that, but you taught me a very simple phrase that saved my sanity. You just lean in and you just say, that's a horrible idea. And that helped me so much. And I followed up with, I love you, but that's a horrible idea. And you taught me that. I'm very thankful.
You do a great job with shirts and hats and apparel, and there's so many things you do, but there's also things that, you might try and you go, that's not scalable, or that's not something we can do well, or that's not something that I could make a profit at. Why is it important that you don't have new ideas that get in the way of actually taking care of your real customers?
It's just, I think it's definitely a struggle early on, like as you start growing, because you're just trying to solve problems. And I think my coach is pretty good at getting me focused on like one thing at a time, and that's really helpful, because when you're all over the place, you don't accomplish anything.
It'd be kind of like, I'm not a medical guy, can't give any medical advice, don't want to give medical advice, but there's people that do the carnivore diet. And then there's people that are doing like the fruit diet or whatever. I'm just doing only fruit, If you try to do the carnivore diet and the fruit only diet at the same time, neither one is going to work, right? So you want to figure out like what your why is. What's that? There you go. All right. Next item here is endless emails. I find happy hopers send endless emails, and they're usually long. Have you noticed this? Like, people that don't get anything done tend to send long-form emails all day, every day. Like, have you ever have you ever been on a group text with these people? It just doesn't, it's like stream of consciousness, and you can't get anything done because they won't stop texting you things. And so you just got to be careful. If you're trying to grow a business, the purpose of this conference is to teach you how to grow a organization. You got to be really careful with that. You just got to make sure you're not on the receiving end of endless ideas. You got to execute. Next, vague. Happy hopers tend to be vague. General concepts, very vague, very vague. Things like, I want to radically change the hair industry. I have an idea. Let's be profitable first. There's a lot of like, I want to revolutionize the music industry. I got an idea. Let's write one hit song. So there's a lot of, you got to dial it back here. Okay, you got to be realistic. Next is allows people to make them feel bad. And I would just circle that somewhere on that print piece or write it down. That's the biggest issue that I find that people have when they leave this conference is you are going to allow people to, their emotions to keep you from doing what you feel called to do.
Are you looking to start or grow a super successful business? Join Eric Trump, the New York Times bestselling author of The Carnivore Diet, Sean Baker. Join hundreds of real business owner client success stories at the highest rated business conference in America. Join Mel K, Pastor Jackson Lawmeyer, Julie Green, Amanda Grace, Pastor Dave Scarlett, and myself in Tulsa, Oklahoma, November 5th and 6th. Attend the most real, the most authentic, the highest rated, and most reviewed Ultimate Business Growth Workshop. During this 2-day interactive business workshop, you're going to learn everything you need to know to make your business grow. Learn how to generate more sales. Learn how to produce additional high-quality inbound leads. Learn how to create repeatable systems. Learn how to build a successful business. And learn how to do it now. If you've ever wanted to learn how to start and grow a super successful company, this is the event for you. At our 2-day interactive business workshop, we will teach you specifically every step that you need to take to start and grow a super successful company. We will teach you specifically how to get to the top of the Google search engine results, how to dominate artificial intelligence search results, how to market via social media, how to generate more leads, and how to get in front of your ideal and likely buyers. We're going to teach you the step-by-step processes that you need to learn in order to hire, inspire, train, and retain high-quality employees and teammates. We're going to teach you specifically what you need to learn to manage a team of people. We're going to teach you how to manage your finances, how to look at the numbers, and to figure out the specific steps that you need to take to create a time freedom and financial freedom producing business. At the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, we've been teaching entrepreneurs everything they need to know to start and grow a successful company since 2005. In fact, at our 2-day interactive business workshops, we're going to teach you marketing, systems and scaling, human resources, accounting, social media marketing, branding, search engine optimization, sales training, financial management, and so much more. You can learn more and request tickets today simply by going to thrivetimeshow.com. Yes, you can request tickets today simply by going to thrivetimeshow.com. That's the website. Join Eric Trump, myself, and Team America live and in person at the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, November 5th and 6th in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas, and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown 5 times. We've added. I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees, and now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrivetime, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. So I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team about marketing and how to implement.
Okay, Aaron Antis, November 5th and 6th. Guess who's coming back to Tulsa? I will give you a hint. His first name is Eric, and his last name is Trump. Whoa. And his father is the 47th president of these United States. Yes, Eric Trump is joining us once again here September 25th and 26th in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show Business Growth Workshop. But Eric Trump is bringing friends. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Grace will be in the place. Dr. Stella Emanuel will be here in T-Town in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Julie Green will be on the scene. Mel K will be here to say hey. Dave Scarlett from the His Glory team will be here. It's going to be a blasty blast right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you want to start or grow a super successful company, if you want to make your wallet great again or make your wallet great for the first time, if you want to learn marketing, systems, scaling, human resources, accounting, social media, branding, search engine optimization, sales training, financial management, and more, get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. Once again, that's thrivetimeshow.com.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I've definitely learned a lot about life design and making sure the business serves you. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls, figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side. Play is hilarious. I literally laughed so hard that I started having tears yesterday. And we've been learning a lot, which, you know, we've been sitting here, we've been learning a lot, and so the humor definitely helps. It breaks it up. But the content is awesome, off the charts, and it's very interactive. You can raise your hand. It's not like you're just listening to the professor speak, you know. The wizard teaches, but the wizard interacts and he takes questions, so that's awesome. If you're not attending the conference, you're missing about 3/4 to half of your life. You're definitely, it's probably worth a couple $1,000s. So you're missing the thought process of someone that's already started like 9 profitable businesses. So not only is it a lot of good information, but just getting in the thought.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
Well, people don't know this, but the Trump organization has thousands of employees. There's not 50 employees. The Trump organization, again, most people don't know this, but the Trump organization has thousands of employees. And while Donald J. Trump was the 45th president of these United States, he needed a competent man to run and execute his business plans. Showtime! So the man that runs the Trump organization for Donald J. Trump, as he was the 45th president of the United States and now the 47th president of the United States, is Eric Trump. And so Eric Trump is here to talk about time management, promoting from within, marketing, branding, quality control, sales systems, workflow design, workflow mapping, how to build. I mean, everything that you see, the Trump hotels, the Trump golf courses, all their products, the man who manages
billions of dollars of real estate and thousands of employees, is here to teach us how to do it.
You are talking about one of the greatest brands on the planet from a business standpoint.
Right.
I mean, who else has been able to create a brand like the Trump brand? I mean, look at it. And this is the man behind the business for the last pretty much since 2015. He's been the man behind it. So you're talking, we're into 9 going into 10 years of him running it, and we get to tap into that knowledge. That's going to be amazing.
Now, think about this for a second.
But that Clay Clark, man, he is one character.
It's a good word for him. Character. Yeah, that is it.
Good, driven, smart. And I've never met a guy who was so hyper all the time. He's doing so much good. And then I met his mother, and she just says, she just lets him be Clay Clark. I mean, so he's endorsed by his mother, and he's doing magnificent work. So it was great meeting you out there and all the people that he surrounds himself with. Clay Clark starts his days at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, he's a machine. He's a machine.
But I have problems with my company starting at 9 o'clock. Yes, hundreds of people showing up at 5 a.m. in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man, he's a leader of a leader. He's a fantastic young man.
No, he is.
The lineup continues to grow, and this is how we do our tickets here at the Thrivetime Show. If you want to get a VIP ticket, you can absolutely do it. It's $500 for a VIP ticket. We've always done it that way. Now, if you want to take a general admission ticket, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. And the reason why I do that, and the reason why we do that, is because we want to make our events affordable for everybody. I grew up without money. I totally understand what it's like to be in a tight spot. So if you want to attend, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. That's how I do it. And it's $500 for a VIP ticket. Now, we only have limited seating here. With the most people we've ever had in this building was for the Jim Brewer presentation. Jim Brewer came here, the legendary comedian Jim Brewer came to Tulsa, and we had
718 people. 718 people.
And I thought to myself, there's no more room. I felt kind of bad that a couple people had VIP seats in the men's restroom. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. But I thought, you know what? We should probably add on. So again, if you want to get tickets for this event, all you have to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. When you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you'll go there, you'll request a ticket, boom. Or if you want to text me, if you want a little bit faster service, you say, I want you to call me right now. Just text my number. It's my cell phone number, my personal cell phone number. We'll keep that private between you, me, everybody. We'll keep that private. And anybody. Don't share that with anybody except for everybody. That's my private cell phone number. It's 918-851-0102. 918-851-0102. I know we have a lot of Spanish-speaking people that attend these conferences, and to be bilingually sensitive, my cell phone number is 918-851-0102.
That is not actually bilingual. That's just saying Juan for a one. It's not the same thing.
I think you're attacking me. Now, let's talk about this. Now, what kind of stuff will you learn at the Thrivetime Show workshop? So, Aaron, you've been to many of these over the past 7-8 years, so let's talk about it. I'll tee up the thing, and then you tell me what you're going to learn here, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
You're going to learn marketing and branding. What are we going to learn about marketing and branding?
Oh, yeah, we're going to dive into, so many people say, I got to get my brand known out there, like the Trump brand, right? You want to get that brand out there. It's like, how do I actually make people know what my business is and make it a household name? You're going to learn some intricacies of how you can do that.
You're going to learn sales. So many people struggle to sell something. This just in, your business will go to hell if you can't sell. So we're going to teach you sales. We're going to teach you search engine optimization, how to come up top in the search engine results. We're going to teach you how to manage people. Aaron, you have managed, no exaggeration, hundreds of people throughout your career and thousands of contractors. And most people struggle with managing people. Why does everybody have to learn how to manage people?
Well, because first of all, you either have great people or you have people who suck. And so it can be a challenge, learning how to work with a large group of people and get everybody pulling in the same direction can be a challenge. But if you have the right systems, you have the right processes, and you're really good at selecting great ones, and we have a process we teach about how to find great people. When you start with the people who have a great attitude, they're teachable, they're driven,
Right.
all of those things, then, you can get those people all pulling in the same direction.
So we're going to teach you branding, marketing, sales, search engine optimization. We're going to teach you accounting. We're going to teach you personal finance, how to manage your finance. We're going to teach you time management. How do you manage your time? How do you get more done during a typical day? How do you build an organization if you're not organized? How do you do organization? How do you build an org chart? Everything that you need to know to start and grow a business will be taught during this 2-day interactive business workshop. Now, let me tell you how the format is set up here. And again, folks, this is a 2-day interactive 15. Think about this, folks. It's 2 days. Each day it starts at 7 a.m. and it goes until 5 p.m. So from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., 2 days. It's a 2-day interactive workshop. The way we do it is we do a 30-minute teaching session, and then we break for 15 minutes for a question and answer session. So, Aaron, what kind of great stuff happens during that 15-minute question and answer session after every teaching session?
I actually think it's the best part about the workshops, because here's what happens. I've been to lots of these things over the years. I've paid many thousands of dollars to go to them. And you go in there and they talk in vague generalities, and they're constantly upselling you for something, trying to get you to buy this thing or that thing or this program or this membership. And you leave not getting your very specific questions answered about your business or your employees or what you're doing on your marketing. And what's awesome about this is we literally answer every single question that any person asks, and it's very specific to what your business is.
And what we do is we allow you as the attendee to write your questions on the whiteboard.
Yep.
And then we literally, as you mentioned, we answer every single question on the whiteboard. And then we take a 15-minute break to stretch and to make it entertaining when you're stretching. And this is a true story. When you get up and stretch, you'll be greeted by mariachis. There's going to probably be alpaca here, llamas, helicopter rides, a coffee bar, a snow cone. There's just...
You had a crocodile one time. That was pretty interesting.
I should write that down and actually do that.
Sorry for that one guy that we lost.
The crocodile, we duct taped its face so that we duct taped.
No, it was a baby crocodile.
And it was duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape around the mouth so it didn't bite anybody. But it was really cool passing that thing around and petting
I should do that. We have a small petting zoo that will be assembled. It's going to be great. And then you're in the company of hundreds of entrepreneurs. So there's not a lot of people in America today. In fact, there's less than 10 million people today, according to U.S. Debt Clock, that identify as being self-employed. So if you have a country with 350 million people, that means you have less than 3% of our population that's even self-employed. Yeah. So you only have 3 out of every 100 people in America that are self-employed to begin with. And when Inc. magazine reports that 96% of businesses fail by default, you have a 1 out of 1,000 chance of succeeding in the game of business. But yet the average client that you and I work with, we can typically double this. And this is no hyperbole, no exaggeration. And I have thousands of testimonials to back this up. We have thousands of testimonials to back it up. But when you work with a home builder, when I work with a business owner, we can typically double the size of the company within 24 months.
Yeah.
Double. And you say double? Yeah, there's businesses that we have tripled. There's businesses we've grown 8x. There's so many examples you can see at thrivetimeshow.com. But again, this is the most interactive, best business workshop on the planet. This is objectively the highest rated and most reviewed business workshop on the planet.
I was looking to learn how to take my business, like they've said today, from being very successful to being systematic. I've got a very successful practice in 3 different cities, make good money, just want to take it to the next level with systems and processes to where I can drive my cars more.
Paul Hood.
I've been a CPA for 33 years.
And what kind of growth have you and your great team had here over the past, let's say, 5-6 years?
For the last 5, when I met you 5 years ago, we were doing 3 million. This year we'll do 24 million.
Whoa. And you say, Clay, I'm not going to get a ticket unless you give me more. Okay, fine. We're going to serve you the same meal both days. True story. We cater in the food, and because I keep it simple, I literally bring in the same food both days for lunch. It's Ted Escondido's, an incredible Mexican restaurant. That's going to happen. And someone says, I want more. This is not enough.
Give me more.
Okay. I'm not going to mention their names right now because I'm working on it behind the scenes here. But we've got one guy who's given me a verbal to be here. And this is a guy who's one of the wealthiest people in Oklahoma. And nobody really knows who he is because he's built systems that are very utilitarian, that offer a lot of value. He's made a lot of money in the it's where you rent. It's short term. Not. It's where you're renting storage spaces. He's a storage space guy. He owns what do you call that? The rental, a
storage space.
Storage units. This guy owns storage units. He owns railroad cars. He owns a lot of assets that make money on a daily basis, but they're not like customer facing. Most people don't know who owns the mini storage facility, or most people don't know who owns the warehouse that's passively making money. Most people don't know who owns the railroad cars, but this guy, he's given me a verbal that he will be here, and we just continue to add more and more success stories. So if you're out there today and you want to change your life, you want to give yourself an incredible gift, you want a life-changing experience, you want to learn how to start and grow a company, go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go there right now, thrivetimeshow.com. Request a ticket for the 2-day interactive event.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Thomas Crossan, owner and founder of Full Package Media in Dallas, Texas. I've been a coaching client with Clay Clark since the beginning of our business. We started about a year ago, August of last year. I had no clients, no idea what we were doing, no clue really what was going on. And now we've grown to where we've got 6 photographers, we've got office space here. I have an admin, sales person that works for us full time, developing an online system, and a lot of that growth we attribute to Clay helping us. And there's so many things that, his stuff is not revolutionary. It's not this crazy walk on hot coals and all this stuff. It's just real stuff.
It's going to be a blasty blast. There's no upsells. Aaron, I could not be more excited about this event.
I think it is incredible. And there's somebody out there right now, you're watching and you're like, but I already signed up for this incredible other program called Smoke Your Way to Thin. I think that's going to change your life. I promise you, this will be 10 times better than that. Whoa.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Don't do the Smoke Your Way to Thin conference. I've tried it. Don't do it.
Yeah, chain smoking is not a viable. It is life-changing. It is life-changing. If you become a chain smoker, it is life-changing.
Not the best weight loss program, though.
Right, really. So if you're looking to have life-changing results in a way that won't cause you to have a stoma, get your tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's Aaron Antis. I'm Clay Clark, and reminding you and inviting you to come out to the 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show workshop right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I promise you, it will be a life-changing experience. We can't wait to see you right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Whoa. What kind of growth have you had since you and I have been working together over these past few years?
3.45 million. I got those stats before I got on here.
So you've grown by 3.45 million.
Yeah, 3,450,000.
Would that be like if you took the combined revenue and maybe doubled it? Have we gone up by
about almost 3, not quite.
Whoa.